El Centro, California. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
A bit sticky out there today.
Yep. Temperature down a little bit. At least the temperature, I don't know about it, still feels hotter than it is.
Well, yes. We don't have a chill factor. We have a feels like factor.
Yeah, humidity factor.
Yes. Oh, well. And if you heard the brief forecast, we'll go more in depth coming up. But showers or thunderstorms after 11 a.m., maybe, for the most part. The showers and thunderstorms don't really get past the Colorado River Valley. They do sometimes sneak in, though, right?
Once in a while. And we've already had that forecast once in the last couple of days, and nothing materialized.
Yeah. And since tomorrow is opening day of dove season, we can expect this kind of weather every year about dove season time.
Yeah, they get more extreme over in the Arizona, Yuma area.
Yes.
So.
Well, anyway, let's see. Oh, the Tour de France bicycle race is happening now, and it runs through September 20th. Yeah, I don't know about you, Gene, but for me, ignoring a bicycle race makes a nice change of pace from me ignoring soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, oh, well, it might be more interesting if, in the Tour de France, they put baseball cards in the spokes and they made that neat sound.
Yeah, that thundering sound.
Yeah.
Sound like a motorized bike.
Yeah. That might be a better deal. We'll take that up with the committee that handles that sort of thing.
Yeah, get playing cards and some clips, clothing pins, and you'll be in business.
Yes. So, how many kids today know what a clothespin is?
I don't know. I don't know. Have to ask that question.
Yes. We explained to the grandkids at one point that we had a solar clothes dryer in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's available sun up to sundown.
Pretty much. Yeah, and clothes will dry overnight unless, of course, the sprinkler system comes on.
And that's a problem.
Yes. Okay. You remember the TV show Happy Days?
I do.
Yeah. Well, the Fonz from Happy Days was voted coolest character on TV ever.
Ever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he was pretty cool.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I remember that time frame well.
It's got to be in rerun somewhere. And basically, since it was set in the 50s, it'll run most any time and still be timely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very timely.
Okay. And today is Trail Mix Day.
Trail mix.
Yeah.
That's one of those things you don't want to get started sampling, because it no longer becomes sampling.
Yeah. But I've got a big money plan with Trail Mix I invented. Mm-hmm. It has nuts, seeds, raisins, and Valium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something to get you through 2020.
Through the program 2020?
Yeah, well, through the year. Yes. Are you ready for birthdays?
Birthdays, we should have some here. Yeah, it's coming up to that
we've
time.
Got our big shot birthdays. Actor Warren Berlinger. He was in the Joey Bishop show on TV. He's 83. And drummer Jerry Allison. He was the drummer with the Crickets. Buddy Holly's backup. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Jerry Allison, 81. Van Morrison, the Irishman, is 75. Violinist Itzhak Perelman is 75. Tonight, from 6 till midnight, we'll feature all the greatest hits of Itzhak Perelman right here on AM 1230. Right?
We promise.
Okay. Actor Richard Gere is 71. Actor Stephen Henderson is 71. And let's see. Oh, drummer Gina Schock of the Go-Go's, 63. And actor Jamie Gomez, 55. Other birthdays, Deborah Gibson. Debbie Gibson is 50. She was Debbie Gibson. She's now Deborah Gibson. And actor Zach Ward is 50. Actor Chris Tucker is 48. Actor Sarah Ramirez, 45. And, singer Tamara of Trina and Tamara is 43.
The coronavirus is affecting everyone.
Must wear face coverings when out.
But what do I do?
What are you going to do?
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
What are you going to do?
Going to a concert.
School.
Having dinner with friends.
Take better care of each other.
Support local shops and stores. Offering more help to others.
This should be over soon.
Happy birthday wishes going out today to Adela Provencio, Rosa Ruiz, Amanda Gonzalez, Sam Perez, Rosa Ahumada, Ricardo Beltran, Eric Torres, Joel Pacheco, Natalie Green, Hilda Baeza, Celia Felix Amasquita, Tamara DeVault, Dr. George Farid, Diana Cruz, Giselle Hunt, Vincent Palacios, Vanessa Abarca, Christina Lomax, Rosa Juarez, Eloida Cruz, Gracie Lopez, Liliana Cianas, and Ramona Ramirez. Happy birthday! Well, we salute our birthday, folks. You just barely squeezed into the month of August.
Barely.
Yes. Okay.
You're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, yes, but you made it.
Less than 1 day left.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I didn't mention it, but it is Monday. It is August 31st. It is still 2020. And I coming up in the news, we have information on the governor's new Skittles plan for the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're going to have that story, yes.
Yes. And I refer to it as the Skittles plan because, let's use bright colors to designate what we want. You know, you sometimes wonder what kind of yahoos are sitting in Sacramento. Well, I wonder that all the time. And then come up with stuff like this.
Could be a lot simpler.
It could be, but like I said, we've got purple, orange, green, yellow. Oh, lucky stars. I wonder if there are any marshmallows mixed in there.
That'd be Lucky Charms then.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it would be, I prefer to call it the Skittles plan coming from Governor. Well.
Yeah. I can't mention on the radio what I would call the plan.
No, trust me, most everybody understands. Okay, are you ready for some news?
I'm ready and waiting and willing.
Okay, we've got to look at World and California news headlines to begin with, and it is all brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News special report, legendary college basketball coach John Thompson has died. He was the first African-American coach to win college basketball's national championship. It happened in 1984.
John Thompson is now, in his own way, lighting that red arm back to the guard. The first national championship for Georgetown.
Thompson was born and raised in Washington, D.C. He was a natural for Georgetown and took the Hoyas to the NCAA men's tournament 20 times. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame shortly after he left coaching in 1999.
I have many players. A lot of those players are here. I can't go through their names to call them, but I would like everybody in here who played for me, damn it, stand up.
Thompson was outspoken on race relations, and he was a mentor to many. His former player Allen Iverson tweets this morning, "Thanks for saving my life, Coach." John Thompson was 78. CBS News Special Report. I'm Peter King.
Whatever the weather brings this summer, you can rely on a York Affinity premium system to keep your home cool and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bill. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Yeah, every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties, and affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. Contractor's license 696-216.
California headline news. Fire crews continuing to gain ground on those massive fires in Northern California like the LNU complex fire.
15% increase in the past 24 hours on LNU Lightning Complex, now 56% contained. So a lot of good progress being made there.
Daniel Berlant with CAL FIRE reporting progress on the growing CZU and SCU fires as well. Weather conditions helping fire crews trying to get ahead of the flames, though tens of thousands remain out of their homes. Some damage from protests over the weekend in cities like Oakland, where the owner of a fitness and wellness center says her business has been vandalized 3 times since July.
We still have to pay our rent. We still have to do all those things, but now we have the added fixing damage, fixing graffiti.
Protests in the Bay Area and Los Angeles again Sunday, mostly quiet in Sacramento, where demonstrators had clashed with police the night before. State Senate votes to require the Attorney General to investigate all police shootings that kill a person who was unarmed. Attorney General Javier Becerra calling it unreasonable and expensive. The bill headed to the Assembly. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Hi. Guess we should talk about something. How's the, vermicelli game in your town? Got any good Vietnamese restaurants? Vermicelli? Oh, it's a noodle. Very good. Drivers who switch to Progressive to save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Always get your go-to with the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. A large pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10. Choose contactless delivery or curbside pickup at pizzahut.com. Price higher in some locations. Limited time offer. Availability of contactless curbside and delivery areas. Charges and minimums vary. Delivery charge not tipped.
It's about what's right, and it's about time. We're YWCA. Join the movement for change at ywca.org/untiljustice-just-is.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they've got the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Monday morning, Governor of California unveiled the blueprint for a safer economy, a statewide, stringent, and slow plan for living with COVID-19 for the long haul. The plan imposes risk-based criteria on tightening and loosening COVID-19 allowable activities and expands the length of time between changes to assess how any movement affects the trajectory of the disease. Based on recent data, each county will fall into one of 4 colored tiers: purple, widespread; red, substantial; orange, moderate; and yellow, minimal, based on how prevalent COVID-19 is in each county and the extent of community spread. That color will indicate how sectors can operate. For example, the purple widespread tier, restaurants can only operate outdoors, but once a county has achieved a lower level of disease transmission and moved into the red substantial tier, restaurants can operate with 25% capacity indoors or 100 patrons, whichever is fewer. The plan also emphasizes that no matter what restrictions the state puts in place, COVID-19 will get the upper hand if Californians don't adopt their behaviors for the duration of the pandemic. That means until an effective vaccine is distributed, Californians must wear a mask every time they were with people outside their household. Residents must take activities outside and maintain a distance, even with loved ones who do not live with them. Californians must realize that the safest place to be is still home, and the elderly and those with medical conditions should still stay away from others as much as possible. Well, the California Highway Patrol is investigating a traffic accident that occurred Saturday night at Harris and Dogwood Roads. The two pedestrians were struck by a car. The roadway was closed for a short time as a Mercy Air helicopter landed to evacuate the injured. No other information is available at this time. The accident remains under investigation. KXO News Time 7:43.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with two locations in the Valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And Quick Lane has the best prices on name brand tires, guaranteed. Just ask your Quick Lane advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
Red Shoe Day will not be held this year. It is an annual fundraising event for the Ronald McDonald House in San Diego. The event was canceled this year because of COVID-19 pandemic. The Ronald McDonald House, however, is still open and operational. In fact, Chuck Day of Ronald McDonald House says they've got their COVID protocols in place and running smoothly. He says they are currently housing 35 families and are carefully expanding to house even more. Families not staying at Ronald McDonald House are still coming by for to-go meals. Ronald McDonald's House provides a place for families from outside San Diego, with children being treated at area hospitals to stay. Numbers have indicated 25% of the annual residents at Ronald McDonald House are from Imperial County. Without the fundraiser this year, donations are even more important. You can go to rmhcsd.org to find out how to become a donor. George Gale will interview Chuck Day this morning from the Ronald McDonald House. That will conclude this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. and now on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a 5-minute podcast highlight of the show or the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
It's page 2 of the local news and in-depth weather, all brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
The Imperial County Executive Office CEO Tony Rojotis Jr. and Register of Voters Debbie Porter were recently notified that the Imperial County Democratic Central Committee voted on a resolution of no confidence in both the CEO and the Register of Voters. Within the resolution, the Imperial County Democratic Central Committee, there are claims of irregularities and discrimination. All such claims cited within the resolution are unsubstantiated and false. The CEO, the Register of Voters, and county elections staff respect and uphold their mission to conduct voting processes in accordance with the highest level of professional election standards. The county provides a forum for all members of the public to exercise their right to actively participate in the democratic process, regardless of age, race, gender, sex, religion, ethnicity, or any other trait or characteristic. Marlene Thomas, a member of the Imperial County Democratic Central Committee and longtime community advocate, said, "It is unfortunate that the Democratic Central Committee has used race as an issue. I believe that Mr. Rojotis and his character I believe in Mr. Rohodes and his character. I find it disheartening that I belong to a committee that is using racial tactics. Optimum Serve, the test site in Imperial, is closed. However, the sites in Brawley and Calexico will remain operational. Testing is done from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening, Tuesday through Saturday. The testing is free, and a physician referral is not needed. You must make an appointment, and that can be done through the Optimum Serve website or through a link on the County Public Health Department website. An update on COVID-19 for Imperial County. As of Saturday, 10,667 positive cases were reported. Active cases, 819. Recovered, 9,555. Patient deaths now number 58,000, or patients tested now measure 58,590. There are 293 deaths through Friday. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance is announcing Covered California has extended their enrollment period until August 31st. Because of COVID-19, enrollment has doubled from last year. David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in the Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right choice and what fits your budget. Don't hesitate. Call David H. West Insurance today and make an appointment at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, enough moisture will remain in place for mainly afternoon and evening thunderstorm chances through tomorrow. Gradually drier conditions settle back into the region. Look for temperatures to be somewhat moderate during the week and then warm back up in the latter half of the week, with readings returning to above seasonal normal levels. Our high yesterday, 105, 84 the low. Sunny today with a high near 104. Heat index values as high as 111. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. There is a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 11 a.m. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 81. South wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday will be sunny with a high near 106. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Right now, downtown El Centro, we have 85 degrees, 75% relative humidity. The temperature's holding, the humidity going up, wind out of the east-southeast at about 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
No child in Imperial County should go hungry. This is John Levada for the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Living in a food-insecure home makes it difficult for children to perform efficiently in school and to face the challenges of being a child. I urge you to help these kids. Donate to the Food Bank's backpack program. Recipients are children who rely on school meals and risk going hungry on weekends when they're away from school. The IV Food Bank Backpack Program. Donate online at ivfoodbank.org.
It's sports time. What's going on in the world of sports? NBA in the bubble. The Celtics clobbered the Raptors 112-94 as Boston leads the semifinal series 1-0. Clippers, they beat the Mavs 111-97. LA wins the first round series 4-2. The Nuggets, they beat the Jazz 119-107. That series tied at 3 games each. They'll play a 7th game. Major League Baseball, lots of action going on over the weekend. A double dip with the Mets and the Yankees in the opener. It was the Yankees in 8 innings. Remember, doubleheaders, they play 7 now. The Yankees 8, the Mets 7 in the opening game of that series. The Cubs 10, the Reds 1. Tigers tweaked the Twins 3-2. Rays bombed the Marlins 12-7. Red Sox beat the Nationals 9-5. White Sox over the Royals in 10 innings 5-2. Pirates pounded the Brewers 5-1. Cardinals topped the Indians 7-2. Dodgers, they used home runs to beat the Rangers 7-2. Blue Jays edged the Orioles 6-5. It was the Giants 4, the Diamondbacks 1. Mariners nipped the Angels 2-1 in 10 innings. The Yankees in the nightcap beat the Mets 5-2. The Braves scored 10 runs in the top of the second inning and then held on to beat the Phillies 12-10. The Padres, they pounded the Rockies 13-2. Padres with 17 hits. And Padres in the news with trades. We'll touch on that.
The Polaris Summer Sales event is here at Liberty Motorsports. Take a cross-country adventure with Polaris General. Kick up some dust in the Razor side-by-side. Discover the freedom of the legendary Sportsman ATV and get more done with Ranger, America's favorite off-road workhorse. See the full Polaris lineup at Liberty Motorsports at 1999 South Arizona Avenue. Remember to always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
Liberty Motorsports, you must run center.
Well, the Padres active on the trade market today, the trade deadline. A big trade with the Seattle Mariners. The Padres get a catcher that can actually hit. Yeah, they picked up catcher Austin Nola, as well as right-handed pitcher Dan Altavilla and right-handed pitcher Austin Adams. It cost the Padres a chunk. It cost them infielder Ty France, outfielder Taylor Trammell, one of their top prospects, right-handed pitcher Andres Munoz, and catcher Luis Torrens. Meanwhile, earlier on the weekend, the Padres picked up closer Trevor Rosenthal from Kansas City, picked up a DH in Mitch Moreland from Boston. They lost prospects Edward Olivares to Kansas City, prospect Huston Potts to Boston, prospect Jason Rosario to Boston as well. They gave up a chunk, but the Padres figured, hey, it's our shot at the playoffs. Let's go for it. And legendary Georgetown coach John Thompson Jr., known as Big John, has passed away at the age of 78. That's it for Sports Time. Stick around. We've got a look at financial news just ahead. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at weather brought to you by Imperial Valley's Roto-Rooter. When trains don't work, they do. Mixed on the markets early Monday. The Dow Jones Industrials off 180 points. The S&P 500 basically even, while the NASDAQ is up 76. Gold down $3.90 an ounce, and oil is up 11 cents a barrel. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are aiming for the best August return since 1984. Much of the gains coming amid growing hope for vaccines and treatments for the COVID-19 pandemic that has debilitated economies across the globe. Both major benchmark indexes have continued to notch records as risk assets shrug off the economic damage brought on by the coronavirus. And part of it is based on an important declaration by Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell last week that they would use an average inflation target as a part of its monetary policy.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialists. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection. Water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 53 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789. That's 352-6789 or 344-2533 in the North End. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
It will be sunny today with a high near 104. Heat index values as high as 111. South-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. There is a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 11 a.m. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 81. South wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high near 106. East-southeast wind about 5 miles per hour. And right now downtown, it's jumped to 86 degrees, 70% relative humidity, wind out of the east-southeast, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you this morning by Roto-Rooter in El Centro and Brawley. When drains don't work, they do.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News is next. It is brought to you by Julie Oliver with Dickey Insurance Services, your Imperial Valley Allstate agent. Stop by and see Julie for all your insurance needs.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kafin. One of college basketball's great coaches of the late 20th century has died. John Thompson, who led Georgetown to dominance, was 78.
Georgetown, that's the ball game, the national champion.
He was the first African-American coach to win the national title there on CBS in 1984 when Georgetown beat Houston. John Rothstein is CBS Sports college basketball insider.
John Thompson was a pioneer in his industry, not just obviously for his accolades on the basketball court, but for what he did off the court in terms of bringing attention to issues that matter and issues that have become so much more prevalent in our society over the last couple of weeks and months.
Well, President Trump and the mayor of Portland, Oregon are blaming each other for the trouble in the streets there and the shooting death of one person over the weekend when people who support President Trump took on protesters. Mayor Ted Wheeler.
I'm going to do the work that I need to do here in my local community with my local officials to take accountability for what's happening on our streets. And I'd appreciate that either the president support us or he stay the hell out of the way.
On the heels of it all, Mr. Trump went off on Twitter posting inflammatory messages. Politico's Daniel Lipman.
It's not like Charlottesville where he praised people on both sides. He's not praising people for taking the law in their own hands, but he is saying that it's understandable that if local law enforcement is not up to the task of protecting businesses and communities, it's not a huge surprise that you will have, vigilantes pop up.
FDA Chief Stephen Hahn tells the Financial Times he is willing to fast-track a COVID-19 vaccine for use by health professionals at first. The publication's Kieran Stacey spoke with him.
Stephen Hahn is the man who is going to decide whether or not to approve a coronavirus vaccine in the next few months. Now, he's under a lot of pressure from both sides. President Trump would obviously like an approval to help his re-election chances. Others, however, worry such a short timescale would not be safe.
New Jersey's governor will allow inside dining at restaurants for the first time in 5 months, beginning Friday with a 25% capacity limit. Jared Kushner was on the first direct commercial flight today from Israel to the United Arab Emirates, part of the new U.S. brokered deal.
On the plane, we asked the pilots to fly faster because there is great urgency between the people of both countries to break down old barriers, to get to know each other, to form new and hopefully very deep friendships.
Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 155. The NASDAQ is higher by 77. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Capital One. Capital One's banking app lets you manage your money anytime, anywhere. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A.
And now a game of commercial chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So, traffic has been crazy lately, right? And rush hour? Forget it. Nobody wants to let you merge onto the highway. But hey, somebody let you merge or you wouldn't be there, so drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, and live sports. News clips, trending bits, and timeless hits. It's Kim and Courtney, Seth and Jimmy, Hoda, Savannah, Fiona, and Shrek.
I'm an ogre!
It's the best of streaming and the best of TV. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. These titles plus the English Premier League and Law & Order SVU streaming now. Content availability may vary over time. Some content requires paid upgrade.
Concert halls are closed, so that means some music built for the stage is hitting the road.
They're the oldest symphony orchestra in the country. Now the New York Philharmonic is taking their music from the halls of Lincoln Center to the streets of the city they call home with free pop-up concerts. It's part of a new initiative called NY Phil Bandwagon. For the next several weeks, artists will travel around in a rented pickup truck and perform up to 3 daily unannounced concerts to avoid large crowds. Lisa Mateo, CBS News.
The residents of an Alaska village lined a remote runway with cars, trucks, and all-terrain vehicles to provide enough light for a medical transport plane to evacuate a child. It happened after the small airport encountered trouble with its lights, as it has before. After landing, the patient was boarded onto the plane for a flight to Anchorage. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
CBS News, brought to you by Julie Oliver with Tiki Insurance Services, your Imperial Valley Allstate agent. For home, life, or auto insurance, call Julie today.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for
Carroll Buckley.
Things he says and like you can connect to them.
AM 1230 KXO.